Davey, where you at? Davey, where you at? What you doing up there? Oh, Davey, did you get him? Did you get him, Davey? Come on, Davey. Let's go see if you got him. Let's go get him. Come on, Davey, come on. Did you get him? Did you get him, Davey? Did you get him?
I got him.
He's a dummy. He's a mannequin, Davey.
Protein, baby. This week's topic. Hey, and welcome back to the RobZFitness show. We're here coming live every Wednesday at 12 noon. I'm one of your hosts, Davey Ferraro.
And I'm Rob Zulkoski. We want to welcome you today. We're talking about one of the 3 macronutrients. And today's show, obviously, what you've seen before is a great example of going out and getting your own protein, Davey.
And we're out there. Of course, we used all the safety precaution as possible.
Right.
Got up there, ran through it a couple times, and Rob probably hasn't shot a bow in a long time, probably since he was in high school. And
took one shot.
So he took one shot, and this was the result of it. So,
and it swelled up pretty high. We ran and got some ice, and of course, playing some ice to a bruise, which Dave will probably be another show someday.
Of course.
But anyway, we want to talk to you about today's show, which will be the macronutrient of protein. Well, protein, Davey, it's used. It's an essential building block, okay, that we use in our body. One of 3 macronutrients. It's one of the things that it's used for is for growth. It's for growth for teens, for pregnant women, and just adolescents. As people are growing, growth is very important, so protein is needed. What else is protein used for?
It's also used for tissue repair. You know, there's certain times when we get stuff like this, or cuts, or scrapes.
Right.
Our blood or our skin and our epidermis is made out of certain types of proteins, and it helps heal. It'll heal a little bit faster.
Right. So getting an adequate amount of protein is very vital. It's always used for the immune system, to keeping them nice and strong, and just making your hormones and enzymes, making them high function at the best quality production as possible.
Also, another thing is when carbohydrates not available in your body and all you've had is protein, it's an energy source as well.
Right.
For your body to produce some energy.
Yes, when those carbohydrates are gone, you see leads with their fats or proteins, and that's another useful way of utilizing the protein. And just preserving and lean muscle tissue. As you work out, that's what we're all about. We're breaking down the muscles we train.
Exactly right.
So one of the essential building blocks is muscle, so we want to make those strong and repairable as fast as we can.
There's certain diseases out there, one of which is called sarcopenia. It's a lack of muscle mass. And protein helps to build muscle mass. And I always use this analogy is calcium is the osteoporosis, as protein is the muscle mass.
Right.
So that's another key ingredient why we need protein as we get older.
And a good thing that, David, when they're buying these packages of protein, you really got to look at the serving sizes.
Definitely.
Of proteins, and explain and break down a little bit more of the packages that people see out there.
You're exactly right. One of the things, probably somebody goes to the store and they want to get a steak, probably they're going to get a sirloin, 6 ounces or so.
Right.
You're looking right there at Easley. It's a great choice for protein. There's 38 grams of good protein in the red meat, some vitamin B12 and B6.
Right.
But one thing you don't really see is the 44 grams of fat.
Wow.
And the biggest thing is the saturated fat. 16 of those 38 grams or 44 grams of fat is saturated. So that's not the best type of fat to get under our body.
Right. Another good protein source we're going to talk about later on, but right now we're going to talk about some salmon.
Definitely.
A great choice is if you have a good quality 7-ounce salmon, it's going to have about 38 grams of protein to it. It's also going to have only 16 grams of fat.
Exactly right.
But the important thing is the saturated fat. In this fish here, it only has 4 grams of saturated fat in it. So a great choice of protein.
Yeah, one thing that we do with our protein sources is we mix it up. You know, we might wake up in the morning, might have some egg whites. Later on in the day, we might have some lean chicken breast, some turkey breast, maybe even some venison.
Right.
So you know, it varies. Mix it up. Get different sources of protein. There's certain amounts of protein that you need and different types to help, you know, your immune function to get stronger, to build that lean muscle mass.
Right, and when you're looking at your protein sources, again, a key thing that I always look for is I want as less saturated fat
Exactly
as possible.
right, Rob.
You want to stay as low as you possibly can. A great example is staying away from those luncheon meats.
Oh, definitely.
You know, they're loaded with a lot of protein, but if you look at the individual packages, 1/3 of that product, Davey, is fat. So 33% of luncheon meats in general are fat, and it's saturated fat.
You're exactly right. We also, you know, we want to limit our red meat. When I say red meat, I'm avoiding the steaks.
Right.
A lot of saturated fat in the steaks. Try to limit those as much as possible and make better choices and get your leaner cuts of red meat, like the round on a beef or even your wild game.
Right. And getting back to soy. Soy comes up every once in a while,
Definitely
especially when
does.
vegetarians, you know, about different choices of protein. And yeah, soy protein can be used, but you know, when we're looking at the hormonal levels for our clients and also for ourselves, you really want to stay away from most of the soy products as you possibly can. It raises a hormone called cortisol, which actually inhibits body fat loss as quickly as possible. So.
Exactly right. Let's get more down to let's talk about the types of protein that we're talking about.
Okay.
And we know, you know, that what we do, your best probably meats to eat that are the highest in thermogenesis is your lean meats.
Right.
And
Like this baby right here.
Yeah. Your lean meats is your chicken breast.
Right.
Of course, you want skinless. You'd rather have boneless and prefer white meat, of course.
You can get that all over the place.
Oh, definitely. You want to grill, bake, or broil. You never want to fry those types of things.
Right.
Turkey breast is another thing. Venison, most wild game meats. You know, the thing, and this is why I personally love to hunt, and I hunt for my own food for the most of the part, is it's not processed at all.
Right.
I know exactly what is in that meat. There's nothing, no additives that have been in, no steroids that have been put into that meat. Exactly right.
Yeah, so great quality of proteins, which you get a lot, and you have a process, you know exactly what's going into it. So
Exactly.
Great choices, a lot of great choices out there. Seafood, Davey, is another type of protein that you can get a lot of, and you really want to stay more towards maybe your whitefish. Your salmon's very good. They got a lot of good omega-3s in it as well. Again, a lot of these fishes have very, very low in saturated fats. Lobster, crab is really good as well. Scallops, shrimp, and of course you got your tuna. White tuna is extremely good. So it's a good choice of protein as your seafood foods.
And also, if you're doing dairy, you know, get your cheeses with low or fat-free. You know, try to avoid that saturated fat. Again, we see that come up several times. Cottage cheese, same thing. You can get a 4% low fat, or you can get a low fat. You also use what we sometimes use is whipping cream,
Right.
which is also, you know, a good selection. It gets a little bit of fat in there. Yeah, it's got a lot of saturated fat, but you got to use it sparingly.
Right, you sure do. Some other sources, Davey. One of the things that I like to use for my protein, usually my first meal, is egg whites.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, to discard most of the yolks, maybe leave one, and there's a great source of protein right there. Is your egg whites. Egg beaters can be done as well, but usually in the egg beaters, I know it's faster and it's quicker and it's very convenient. It comes in a carton. You don't have to, you know, flip open your eggs and all. It's got a little bit of carbs in there as well, but you know, great source of protein though. You can make some omelets with that as well.
Yep.
So you got to be very, very good there. Some protein bars can also be used. If you're vegetarian, tofu could be another type of protein that you can get involved as well. So there's a lot of different examples and ways that you can get your protein sources in. It's got to be creative in the way you cook and prepare it.
Exactly. I know sometimes when I'm on the go and it's time for me to eat, and I'm not sure, if I already had a protein shake, I don't want another one. I might go into Publix and they have the hard-boiled eggs, and I'll eat the egg whites and throw the yolks out the window.
Right.
The birds will eat the yolks. So.
You're right. Exactly right. Well, we want to thank you again for coming back to today's show. We thought we'd open it up with Mr. Good Example. And
something different.
Yeah, it was great. Some of you may be shocked as far as where we shot this at. But anyway, we want to welcome you back. Next week's show, we're going to talk about fats, the different types of fats and what can arrive from that. You can also get energy from your fats.
Definitely.
But we want to welcome you back. And again, if you haven't taken the opportunity to sign up for our newsletter, please do so at the upper right-hand corner of the screen. And if you need some more information about us and what we do, and maybe you want to become a testimony for yourself, by all means, give us a call at 813-571-3700, or check us out on the web at RobZFitness.com.
Until next time, until next Wednesday, shoot straight.